Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we have a very special edition of Sarah Ingham does YouTube poorly again, right? So this was the original thumbnail that went up, right? 1-year-old rushed to the emergency department. It had a picture of Sarah and Isla on it, right? It soon changed though, and this is an interesting point, right? And I want to point this out. It changed to this one here. Now this is the current thumbnail, and it caused some controversy over yonder on Tattle. Some people anyway, said, oh, they changed the thumbnail because of us. They changed the thumbnail. They didn't do that at all. If you look at the two thumbnails, this is a thumbnail. The previous one wasn't a thumbnail. It just was a nothing. It was just like a screenshot from the vlog, right? So they didn't change it for anything except for to try and get more views, which is what this is intended to do. But here's an interesting thing. Well, it's not interesting. This is the full title because it's fucking long, right? 1-year-old rushed to the emergency department, in brackets, potentially life-threatening emergency. That is brilliant. I wonder what's happened to poor little Aurora, right? We're going to find out right now what's happened. We're not going to wait around, right? It happened right at the very end of a very boring vlog. We're going to find out straight away. That's what we're all about on this channel, is intense. So what was I going to say? Yeah. Let's go and watch it straight away, okay? I'm not going to bore you with the rest. Finally, the Raccoon Christmas merch line has been launched. It is the long-awaited The True Crime Is Not Believing collection. So you can get it all manner of merch, including hoodies, t-shirts, notepads, and even actual Christmas ornaments for your Christmas tree this year. So head on over to the merch store, link in the description box below. Your support is much appreciated. Thank you so much. Let's get right back into the video.
Well, that lovely, nammy, cosy home day ended far from it.
I haven't seen you all day because of that.
I know. I wish I could just come on here and tell a story without knowing that all the perfect parent police are just going to jump on the bandwagon. So I feel like I need to cover all bases.
Need to cover what, Sarah, now?
Basis.
The word, my little marshmallow, is a bases, not basis, okay? Bases. Cover all bases. That is the term, right? So the reason why you have to come on here and explain things is because you, Sarah, are not the perfect parent. You, Sarah, if you're saying that you in fact don't film your kids, it's just all been a mirage all these years, then that's another matter, right? None of us do that. Therefore, we automatically raise a few bars ahead of you. You see what I'm saying? Alright? So yes, most of the people who watch you are perfect compared to you. Yes, I think that's what you're trying to say, isn't it?
And explain every singular detail. It's so annoying. Just so you know though, just so you're aware, we could very easily just say, it's been a great day guys, thanks so much for watching, good night.
Oh, so, yeah, don't worry, guys. She is going to tell us something that is worthwhile, right? And don't forget, she does not have to tell us this. She does not. She's going out of her way to give you this top quality information. So you better appreciate it. Don't hate on her. No. You gotta hate on her. She is going out of her way to give you this information. She could very easily just end it and just say, no, it's been a brilliant day. Goodbye, right? No, but she's taking time out of her day, her busy schedule, and she is going to tell us. Oh, this is going to be brilliant. Let's hear it.
And not even share what I'm about to share. And the only reason I'm sharing it is because it's coming up to Christmas time. Maybe a few people don't know about this, and I just want to raise awareness because it is life-threatening.
Okay, so it does sound serious. I seriously hope that little baby is okay, right? I mean, all jokes aside, we don't want anything to happen to any of their kids, right? I know they do, but, you know, that's another matter. Let's tone it down a little bit. The sarcasm's off the charts. We need to, like, focus, right? I hope the baby is fine, right? If it was life-threatening, what's happened to her, you know, we need to take a moment and actually appreciate that she is okay, presumably.
That's the only reason I'm sharing it right now. So basically, when we were sat down watching the movie, I think that might have been the last clip I filmed, I'm not sure.
No, Sarah, no. The last clip you filmed was, in fact, the baby, in fact. Why not, obviously? Why not break a habit of a lifetime? It was, in fact, one of your kids. If in doubt, in fact, right, if in doubt, and you can't remember what the last clip was that you filmed, just say your child. Just say your child, because that is invariably what you do film on a very, very regular basis.
But we sat down watching the movie, and Aurora was going up and down that little step and slide thing. The 2 steps, slide down, 2 steps, 3 steps, slide down. Everyone was quiet and happy. Everyone was sat nice chilling. Like I say, Aurora was going up and down her slide thing. I jumped up, I went to the loo. I walked back. And when I came back, Aurora was playing in the drawer that's below the TV. Not such a big deal because there's not really anything in that.
I'd say it's a fairly big deal if she's climbed inside the drawer. Is that what you're saying? She's playing in the drawer, literally in the drawer. Sorry, I genuinely have got images of her playing in the drawer. Is that not what happened though? Don't know.
A few like cables.
Okay, so your assumption that it's not a big deal because all that there's in there is a few cables that could, you know, potentially kill her, you know, if she wraps it round her neck or something like that, you know, I wouldn't, yeah, also, just know, right, is that what happened, the potentially life-threatening thing, because that could have been.
And a few boxes, what are the console boxes? No, Nintendo Switch boxes, like for games and things. So I wasn't like stressed or anything, but I was like, Aurora, not allowed to play in there, but mainly because like you don't want you to hurt your fingers type thing. So I closed the drawer. I went and sat back down, and as I sat down, I'm gonna get what was on the floor. Right, I just went and grabbed it.
She just went and grabbed it, guys. She's gonna give us a live demo of what the baby found and what the baby obviously put in her mouth, you know, because you got to be pretty vigilant with children, especially very young ones, right? I mean, I know they're not, you know, because, you know, leaving your 5 months, is it 5-month-old baby on the beach that time, Chase, abandoned on a foreign beach whilst they went swimming. Yep, that was clever. Could have put a few rocks in his mouth that day. But anyway, what is it, Sarah, that you have that was the life-threatening? Sorry, potentially life-threatening.
So I sat down on the sofa, and this was on the floor. Now, before all the perfect parent police come at me, I'm not stupid. I know batteries are very dangerous or can be dangerous to children, which is why I bought a battery case, and the batteries are kept in a small cupboard above our fridge, like none of the children gets them.
I remember when they purchased this product, the battery case, battery organizer boxy thingy. Why aren't these in it? But also, when you say none of the children can get them, I remember at least one occasion seeing Jace running about with batteries in his hands.
I don't know why these were in that drawer. I don't know. I do know that nobody put them in there like, oh, maybe one of the kids might get these. You know, they'll have just been thrown in there at some point.
From the old house. I don't think anyone's even moved anything from that drawer since we moved here.
No.
So it's a bit of an accident, right? So yeah, so what? We get it. People make accidents. Not so many accidents happen in my household where, you know, it could be life-threatening. Sorry, potentially life-threatening, obviously. Not so many. You know, it's a bit of an oversight, I'm not going to lie. But, you know your kids best, so, you know.
I didn't know they were in there, otherwise, you know, none of us did, otherwise we would have moved them.
So, of course, yes, if any of you knew that they were in there, you would have moved them. However, as we're going to find out a little bit later on, Chris wouldn't have moved them, would he? Because he didn't have a fucking clue what happens if, you know, in the wrong hands.
But anyway, they were on the floor. Now, I said to Jason Miller, have you guys touched these? And they were like, no. So I'm like, the only other person that could have touched that would be Aurora. There's two missing now because one's fallen out in my handbag, but there was one missing. Now, I can vaguely remember when we were trying to find these, like, button batteries for the gate key, Chris trying multiple button batteries because we weren't sure which one it was and which size, etc., etc. But I could not be 100% certain. I couldn't be 100% certain that I definitely know there was one missing. And there was none on the floor. There was none in the drawer. And I just didn't know. I didn't think Aurora had swallowed it because there was no wet on the packaging where she'd like put it near her mouth. It wouldn't be like her to just put something like that in her mouth and then just sit there and go, ah, and swallow it like a food. Like, it just wouldn't be like her to do that.
It wouldn't be like a baby to put something in their mouth and just swallow it. Oh, no, that's never happened to any baby ever. That's why we don't have warnings and stuff like that about babies to doing such a thing, you know. In fact, you know, give them a marble, give them a little pebble, anything that's tiny enough to swallow. They just wouldn't do it. It's not a thing. It's not a thing, Sarah. I know it.
She's never done that. She's not like she wasn't in any, like, she was just acting normal. But at the same time, these are death. These are deadly. These are life-threatening if your child swallows a button battery.
Not just a child, Sarah. Anybody. If anybody swallowed a button battery or any kind of battery, that would be, in fact, life-threatening. Not just, you know, for babies or children, obviously.
And my mama heart just could not sit and be like, yeah, I don't think she has. I couldn't just sit there thinking, yeah, she probably hasn't. I just could not relax. There's just no way. I had to take her to hospital to be x-rayed and make sure, even just to get advice. I didn't really necessarily want her to have the x-ray, just to get advice. And they, you know, I just had to be sure. So Isla volunteered to come with me. And we have spent the last 5 freaking hours sat in A&E. It was 2 hours before we even got seen by triage.
Seems a long time to be waiting for a child who may be at death's door. Sorry, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Obviously, children swallowing batteries, they can die in an instant, or they can have instant issues because of the acid inside these batteries. Battery acid, in fact. But yeah.
I mean, you literally
Triage.
passed like crossing ships and that.
Yeah, we did. Chris was coming in and I was arriving out. I was like, I'm sorry, I need to take her to hospital just to be on the safe side because I can't be 100% guaranteed sure. So yeah, so she hadn't swallowed one. Like she got x-rayed. They said there was nothing there. Obviously, she had no symptoms whatsoever or anything like that, and she hadn't swallowed one.
So this whole thing has been nothing but a ruse. Oh, you cheeky devil, you, my God. You had me going there for a second. I thought that your 1-year-old was rushed to the emergency department, as you call it, right? Emergency department. It's not. We don't have an emergency department. We have an A&E. Accident and emergency. The clue is in the name. Anyway, right. So yeah, the whole thing is just being a bit of an imagination. It's come out of their imagination. potentially life-threatening. I should have known, shouldn't I? I should have known it wasn't actually life-threatening. No, it was potentially just a little bit of a story, really, wasn't it? But you know best, Sarah. I think that you should have told the story anyway. So don't have all those parenting police come at you that you nearly allowed your child to nearly swallow a tablet. It could be a battery, and you had to nearly take her to A&E, and you had to nearly do this. You nearly had to do that. All nearlies, potentiallys, but not quite.
Which obviously I know about. But I did still just want to mention it on here because when I said to Chris, like, I feel like she might have swallowed one of these, he's like, oh, well, she'll just poop it out, won't she? Because not a lot of people, well, I'm not saying not a lot, but not everybody knows how dangerous batteries are, like button batteries.
I Googled it.
Yeah, Chris didn't tonight. He was like, surely she'll just pass it. I'm like, no, luckily I knew. I was like, no, that's not how it works with batteries. Like,
so Chris, as we know, right, earlier on in the video, Sarah says, oh, well, if we knew the battery was in there, we wouldn't have left it in there, would we? But Chris has just said that he didn't know that this was an issue. You know, it wouldn't have been a problem. It just goes into the child system, comes out the other end, right? Not a problem. That's Chris's attitude. But that is Chris's attitude to everything child related. Oh, it won't be an issue. Don't worry about it. My child, they'll be fine. Don't worry. They won't get stolen and sold on the black market in Spain, just leaving Jace on the beach there. That won't happen. No. Jace will look after himself. Don't worry about it, guys. We weren't that far away from him anyway. Chicken drumsticks, those pesky little bones, you know, they can't get stuck in 4-month-old babies' throats and stuff. My God, no. It'll be fine. That's Chris's attitude to everything child related, including batteries. Obviously, he didn't know, so he thought he would put together a nicely scripted show here, so that we can be educated accordingly, because these are the influencers who teach people how to, parent. Obviously, parents of the year. Obviously,
they can kill a child within hours. And because Christmas is coming up and batteries are lying around the house, you know, with batteries in drawers where children might be able to reach, I don't know, just be vigilant. That's all I'm just going to say. Just be vigilant, because if I'd have known they were in that drawer, they wouldn't have been in that drawer. I am super careful with things like this because I know how dangerous they are. Like I said before, no doubt the parent police are going to be on it now. Oh, they're so stupid. They've let their child eat batteries and all the other blooming things that they can try and slate us for. You don't need to tell me. Like, I felt horrendous. I felt like such an idiot.
Didn't do anything wrong.
But, you know, mistakes happen, and the only mistake is that I didn't check the drawer that she could reach because I had no idea they were there.
You know what I'm thinking though, Sarah? I need to say this because there's one little flaw to your whole I'm a perfect parent, I'm not a perfect parent, I didn't let my child eat batteries, right? You know what's still the problem? I know, maybe I'm wired slightly differently here to everyone else, because I haven't heard anyone else actually ask this question. But where the hell's that other battery right now? Right? Have you found it? Because if it's still lying about, it's still lying about. And it's still an issue, right? It is. It's still an issue. Your baby could still get it and could still eat it, right? I'm not hearing those words. We have found the battery and there's no issue. Where is it?
So I don't need the parent police. Keep your opinions to yourself. I don't care. I didn't have to share this story.
Don't worry, guys. She didn't have to share the story, but she is definitely going to do it anyway because, you know, she's putting herself out there. She is taking time out of her day. As I said earlier, her busy schedule. And she is damn well going to make sure that nobody else has to suffer the almost potentially life-threatening injuries that this could have caused but didn't.
But I want to share it because I want to raise awareness to anybody that might not know.
So yes, they are raising awareness and they're doing it very well, in fact. So they, in the description of the video, Chris has put, "We had to rush Aurora to the emergency department." It's the accident and emergency in this country, right? The emergency department today with a potentially life-threatening issue. This video was filmed to raise awareness of something that a lot of people might not be aware of, especially at this time of year. No, according to Chris, he's the one that wasn't aware, so he's going to raise awareness for himself, apparently. But Chris, no, this video was not filmed for that purpose. This video was filmed to clickbait a potentially life-threatening injury, right? That was using your baby for content purposes, and you just needed to make money. That's not why you made this video at all. You're going to make the video irrespective, weren't you? You just needed something to talk about, right? Real or imagined. So you didn't do it for those purposes. Now, I picked out 1 or 2 comments because this is brilliant. I love the iFams so much, right? Their intelligence levels are off the charts. So this one said, "Well done raising awareness about button batteries. You did the right thing." Definitely well done raising that awareness, Sarah. Glad Aurora's okay. You didn't take her for her x-ray that she didn't need. You done the right thing. Just in case Aurora had swallowed the battery. It's good you raised awareness of small batteries with children. Thank you. I'm glad Aurora was okay. Well done, Sarah, for being brave enough brave enough to speak. Seriously, brave enough to speak about it. Sarah, you're so brave. You are, fucking hell. Am I brave as well? I'm talking about it as well. Raising awareness, left, right and centre I am, right? I'm telling you, do not swallow batteries, button or otherwise, right? Don't swallow batteries. Don't allow your kids to swallow batteries. Don't allow your babies to swallow batteries. But if you need somebody to swallow a bloody battery, make sure that it's Chris Ingham. That is the brave enough. Well done, Sarah. So brave you are. It must have been such a trauma. Trauma that it was a potentially life-threatening incident.
How dangerous these are. Do some research if you're unsure, because even Chris googled it and he was like, whoa, I didn't realise the damage they can do. They can literally burn through your child's throat within minutes.
And yet it baffles me how 6 children in and Chris still does not know that. 6 children. How have you managed to raise 6 children? It's not being by design, is it? Seriously, fuck,
And permanently damage them. And if they get into their stomach, the same. There's no reversing that damage that can be done. We got lucky.
Sarah, you didn't get lucky. Nothing actually happened, right? I get if you don't know something that your child might or might not have swallowed, it's maybe best to get them checked out, right? I get that. But at the end of the day, nothing happened. It wasn't that you got lucky, because nothing happened in the first place to get lucky from.
But, not everybody might. And I've seen horror stories of parents that didn't know their child had one until their child started vomiting blood, which is why I had to go put our mind at rest today and just make sure 100% she'd not. But yeah, it wasn't a very nice evening, especially for Isla, bless her heart, because she volunteered to come with me. A&E is the worst place for a child with emetophobia to go. So she spent most time outside crying. But we had a chat, didn't we? And she was absolutely fine. But yeah, so there's one for you, parent police. You've got one over on me. And that's that. I'm raising it just to raise awareness for all you guys that might not know. Aurora's fine. She's been fine all evening. There's nothing at all wrong with her. I feel horrendous that I've exposed her to an x-ray for nothing. I swear I would have heard, that would have been like, there was a lady in the hospital going, you'll literally worry about that like for the rest of your life. I'd be like, no joke. If she comes to me when she's 23 saying I've got bellyache, I'd be like, do you remember when you were 1 and you might have swallowed that battery?
No, Sarah. When she's 23, she's not going to come to you with bellyache. She's going to come to you with a horror story of how she was born on YouTube. Literally born on YouTube. I know that sounds bad, but that is actually what happened. She was born on YouTube. She was brought up through a camera lens. She wasn't allowed friends. She wasn't allowed play dates with her little buddies. She wasn't allowed education. She was switching from bedroom to bedroom every week, pretty much, you know, at one point. And she did this her entire life. That is the horror story she will come to you with, and she'll write a tell-all book if she has the education to, in fact, write a story in the first place, right?
I would literally have done that. And there was a lady behind us, and how old did she say Aurora was to a child?
6 months.
6 months. And then when I put her down, she was like, is she walking? So funny.
She is actually obsessed with her child being younger or looking younger or being smaller than the child actually is. I'm not going to lie, right? Okay? Your child actually looks the age that she is, right? If not older. That's all I'm going to say, right? But every time she goes anywhere, there's always somebody out there that says, oh my God, she's old, she looks so young. She looks so small. Isn't that? Why was that even a necessary part of the story? Is that to raise awareness for small people or something, is that?
Anyway, yeah, so hopefully this has helped at least one person be a little bit more vigilant about batteries. That's all though for today's vlog, guys, because I am blooming off to bed.
And there you go. That was Sarah Ingham's public service announcement around battery swallowage. And if you too want to avoid potentially life-threatening but not life-threatening situations, follow the Inghams every day and you will avoid such a situation, right? Because Sarah is knowledge base, right? And she is just here to educate you and like help people, not to exploit children or anything like that. No, she's not here for that purpose. Anyway, if you have appreciated this little ditty from Sarah Ingham or myself, please come back for tomorrow's episode of raising awareness of kids being exploited on the internet, which is just what they do on a regular basis. But there you go. Please give this video a massive thumbs up, comment all of your thoughts about it down below, and subscribe to the channel if you are new, because I know for a fact that you're not subscribed yet, right? I need to get up to 12,000 subs before the end of the year, otherwise I'm not coming back next year. That's my threat, right? It is a threat and a promise, maybe. Anyway, yeah, hit the thumbs up and the bell for notifications. Bell for notifications, yeah, if you haven't already. Until next time, have a lovely day, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.